Hi, I'm Tammi Nixon and this is Kelley Norton and we're in front of the beautiful Sevita Club today.
Beautiful. We're out here in Northpointe community, which is inside Vistancia, which is inside the community of, or the city of Peoria, Arizona. So stay tuned for the video. We're going to give you a comprehensive tour of Northpointe so you can expect what the amenities are, what builders are out here, and price points. So stay tuned and we will be right back. Hi, I'm Kelley Norton, your AZ Realty lady at EXP Realty. Count on me for all things Arizona real estate. So right now we are in the back of the Sevita Club, and here at the Sevita Club there's a few things that I really think you should know that differentiate this community from others. So number one, the views up here, incredible.
To die for.
Yes, they are beautiful. But if you're looking for a full fitness center, this is not the community. And just something to remember. Now, Vistancia also does not have a full fitness center. What these are here is called on-demand fitness. And this is where you have a room where you can go on a screen and it can walk you through your fitness exercises. And it's a pretty big room. So you can do yoga in there. There's room to spread out.
They also have this pool here that's heated year round and it's divided so you can do lap swimming on this side and regular swimming on the other side.
Yeah.
So that's part of your exercise routine. You can get in there.
And I'm shocked that there's nobody out here swimming because it's really nice out right now.
Yeah.
It's beginning of February and the weather's what, high 60s, low 70s? No, I think it's mid 70s today. It's kind of cloudy, so it's hard to tell how warm it is because we don't really feel anything but a nice breeze. That's another thing to point out is the little breeze that you have up here. Because you are nestled into the mountains, you can see a little bit of my hair blowing around. So you will get a little bit of that breeze up here. There's not a lot of homes up here yet, but there are some coming. So if you're interested in homes, let's chat about it. So up here in Northpointe, there are multiple builders that are currently building. So the Summit is what was started up here, and that was David Weekley. And there was also a couple other builders. They have since closed out, and now you do have other options. Now I want to talk about the different sections of Northpointe. There is going to be a Trilogy 55 plus, which is the Kelley Homes, and that is Trilogy at Ridgecrest. Now that is not going to be selling or even have floor plans available probably for what they say another 3 to 6 months probably.
Yes.
Yeah, so we've got basic pricing and basic square footage, but we don't have any floor plans of that yet. And we will show you here on video what that area is going to look like. When you first come into Northpointe, before you turn left, if you look straight ahead, all of that dirt that they're moving, that is Ridgecrest, and that's going to be the Kelley Homes Trilogy active adult area. The other thing is that they will have their own amenities. They haven't released yet, you know, all of the amenities, but they've told us that they will have some amenities. We just don't know how elaborate that's going to be. So we don't know what, you know, I'm guessing they're going to have their own pool. Don't quote me on that, but I'm guessing that they will. Don't know if they're going to have a full fitness center. And again, here in Northpointe, there isn't a fitness center. It's just the on-demand fitness. So Kelley Homes, that's one of the builders and one of the areas that we have out here.
All right, another builder that we have here is David Weekley, and they have two areas. They have one is called Ascent and one is called Meridian. And the Ascent one is actually the more affordable of the two.
Yeah, if you want to say David Weekley is affordable, but you know they're gonna be in that kind of mid-7 range. But yeah, I mean, of what David Weekley offers is definitely, she's right, definitely going to be the more affordable of the two.
Yes, and they're a little lower on the mountain, and then the Meridian is a little higher up on the mountain, and those are the more top-tiered in price range of the two.
Yes, so you're going to have bigger floor plans. In most cases, bigger lots. Don't quote me on that. It's going to depend on what lot you like. Also, they have really incredible mountain views up in Meridian because they are kind of carved into the mountain. And again, we're showing you footage here on this video of Northpointe and the different collections. But David Weekley has Meridian up on the hill. Another builder that you can build up here is going to be Pulte. Now Pulte actually has 3 different sections and 3 different collections. So you have the little hilltop, and then all the way around the hill is where you have the rest of their little communities kind of spread around. So some of them are going to have the what I call twinkle views, which is more like city light views, and then others are going to have more of a mountain or desert view. And remember, when you're picking a lot, and we talk about this so often with our clients, it's important to know what's around and that it may not stay that way. So there is a area that's to the back of the community that is state trust land. Now, you may have heard me talk about this in other videos, but the state trust land is actually available to be purchased. So you don't want to count on that staying that way. Now, if you have a mountain that goes straight up behind your house and it's state trust land, odds are it's probably going to stay that way. Yes. So there is that. But if it's flat things usually get built on. Yes. So there's a canal back there. There's flat land. Even though Northpointe only goes back so far, other builders may purchase up that land and develop it. So definitely something to keep in mind when you're picking a lot. And that's why it's really important to have an agent like Tammi or I that knows the valley, knows this area. We are both Peoria residents. And again, this community is here in Peoria. And we're Valley natives. So as things have grown, we know where things are. We can definitely guide you and give you a lot of guidance on what these things are, like state trust land. Because it breaks my heart when I hear people, like the open house we were at the other day, this gentleman walked in and he said, you know, I'm interested in buying. I just bought a year ago. And I said, you bought in this community, and not this community. I'm talking about a whole different 55 plus community. But he was telling me that he purchased a home and he had no idea that the desert behind him was state trust land. And his realtor didn't mention anything. They had no clue. So now he's wanting to sell his house within a year. And it's heartbreaking because they fell in love with it, and nobody wants to have to move again. I mean, that's a drag. So definitely make sure that you have someone that can guide you. And, you know, I don't mean to be a broken record, but we really do care about our clients, and we do not ever want to hear a story like that. It just breaks our heart that somebody purchased and now has to move again because of something that was known information that they could have
easily got the information.
Absolutely. So another thing I want to point out to you is that up here at Northpointe, there is not pickleball courts. So you only have that if you're down in the village. So no pickleball courts, but they do have a basketball court. I think it was a volleyball court.
Yes.
Okay. And there's a big play gym over there too. So you do have that, but you do not have pickleball. So I want to make sure that you are aware of that. And no tennis courts either. So no sport court besides the...
But Paloma Park is not too far away from here, and they do have the pickleball courts there.
Yes, exactly. That's what, 20-minute drive maybe. Yeah. Just takes like 10 minutes to get out of this community, and then you're just going to zip down the 303, which, by the way, the 303 is your main freeway around here. So the 303 is about an 8 to 10 minute drive just to get, you know, through Vistancia. Yeah. And that's what people like, is that out here at Northpointe, you are tucked back up in the mountains. You have the biking and hiking trails. But you can go to the big Peoria Park, Paloma, and it is only like a 20-minute drive, and they have a huge dog park there. Yeah. They have pickleball, there's a lake, catch and release. I can't even remember everything that's there. We do have a full video on Paloma Park, though, and all of the parks in Peoria, and also the parks in Vistancia. So feel free to check out those videos as well. Another thing to note that's in the area is Lake Pleasant. Yes. And that is also a short drive. You just get out of the community and you're just going to hang a left on the 303, and then you'll just exit on Lake Pleasant, go down to Carefree Highway and hang a left. So rumor has it, though, that there is going to be a direct route through the hills that gets you over to Lake Pleasant, because you have Mystic at Lake Pleasant Heights. That's a community that backs Vistancia here. And then also Saddleback Heights, which is also a community that's coming out here. And both of those are going to have access over on Carefree Highway and kind of coming in towards Vistancia. Yes. So there will eventually, so we were told, again, don't hold us to that, but that's what we've been told, that we will have access to Lake Pleasant. So that's going to be huge for this area. Yeah. Oh, I think it's gonna be huge. So don't hold me to this, but I wouldn't be surprised if once they get the road that goes to the lake, that there's builders that start building on the backside of Northpointe, and they do RV gates, and they start doing RV garages, because that's what we saw happen over near West Wing Mountain, Rock Springs, the Meadows. They started building these RV garages because once the highway went in, it gave really quick access out to the lake. So here,
toys.
Yes, exactly, which a lot of people out here have side-by-sides. So a lot of people like to do trail rides. They'll have dirt bikes, side-by-sides, mountain bikes, boats,
There's
RVs.
also camping at the lake, so the RVs to camp out there.
That's true. Yeah, there is camping. Yep, great camping out at the lake. So you can bring your toys if you have an RV garage or an RV gate. Most of the time, if you have an RV gate, even in a community like this, your boat or whatever you have has to be below the fence line, and you have to check your CC&Rs and make sure that you can even park a boat. In our CC&Rs in my community, it actually states that you can't, even though so many people have a boat. Me included. So, whoops.
You can also store your boat out at the lake.
Yeah, yeah. She's got all the solutions. She's got it all.
Too.
Yes. So I'm the rule breaker, and she will find you a solution so you don't break the rules. Good balance here. So one of the other builders that we have out here in Northpointe is Beazer Homes. So Beazer's going to give you a floor plan just under 2,000 square feet. So if you're looking for a really big floor plan, not the right fit, but if you want to be able to get into this gorgeous and gosh, so quiet out here, this gorgeous community at a pretty reasonable price, I would say that Beazer would be a really great option for you. Pulte has some other options too on square footage. So those two options, if you want to kind of get in that mid 5s to mid 6 range, those two builders would be your option.
And we're going to talk about Pulte, and right behind us right there is where the 3 collections of Pulte are going to be, kind of surrounding that peak of that mountain right there. And there's going to be 3 of them, and also looks like they are going to have some hiking trails up that peak of that mountain as well.
Yeah, that'd be so nice. And I don't know if the camera can actually catch, but we're standing on the David Weekley lots here, and you have a mountain right behind. Now, some of those Pulte homes, they're going to have similar, where you can have a lot that's pushed right into the crevice of the mountain. Other lots are going to have city light views, which we'll show you that here in just a second. And I think one thing that's really important to note is that total we're going to have 3,200 homes out here in Northpointe, but we're on 3,400 acres, and there's also 1,000 acres of preserve out here, which is gorgeous. I mean, that really gives you that desert and that mountain feel. So even if some of that state trust land does get sold off, and you made a good point actually walking up here, you said you wanted to mention something to them about the state trust land. So why don't you go ahead and do that?
So state trust land, the money from the state trust land goes towards the schools when it's sold. And then state trust land can be sold, and it can either be commercial or residential can be built on it after it is sold.
So I don't want you to think that it could just be a housing neighborhood, because it could be a big storage unit. It could be a big commercial shopping center. It could be a warehouse. You just never know. So it's just good to know what's behind you. But again, there is 1,000 acres of the preserve out here too. So you might have a good chance of, like here, you're not going to be able to build a warehouse on the mountain. I mean, it's going to stay that way. So you're okay with that. So these are the Meridian David Weekley homes up here. So mountain on this side, and then on the other side we'll show you is gorgeous elevated lots with city views, and the view goes for miles. It's absolutely gorgeous.
And now we're on the other side of the street of the David Weekley Meridian community, and these are the lots that have the city view.
Yeah, little windy out here, so hopefully it's not too much wind in the mic, but and this is east behind us, so this would be an eastern backyard. You are elevated, and we will show you in the video how it kind of tears down to, there's homes behind here, but they drop down. I mean, that's a huge drop. Yeah. the biggest tree possible is not even reaching us, so I don't even want to guess. But you see this fence, the fence down there, I mean, there could be what, 6 more of those to get the height. So it is a huge drop down to where the house is. So you kind of feel like you're king of the hill up here. So the 3 different collections that you have out here at Pulte that circle this butte or this hill area is going to be the Meadow Series, the Cactus Series, and the Estate Series. So I'll go over some of the pricing with you now. Base price starting at $453,900 for a 1,730 square foot home. So remember, with the base price of the $453,990, depending on the lot that you put that on, you could have, you know, a lot premium anywhere from $30,000 to $80,000. Just depends on what your lot premium is. And then you want to take into account adding for your design center options, which I would say most of my clients are somewhere in that 15 to 25% range. It just depends. Now you have a couple other floor plans, 1873 square feet, 2157 square feet, and 2605 square foot, going up to $547,990 base price in the Meadow Series. If you're looking for a single level home, the Cactus Series is actually going to be a full single level community out here in Northpointe. So this enclave of homes, all single levels, don't have to worry about that big 2-story lurking over your backyard. So one of the burning questions for a lot of people is, where is the closest shopping? So you are a little bit into the community here. I'm not going to lie to you. It is a good 8 to 10 minute drive through the community. They are building a brand new Fry's, and they're building a new section called 5 North, which is supposed to be kind of like a boutique shopping.
Yes.
Right?
Outdoor shopping.
Yeah, outdoor little boutique kind of eateries and shopping. We've been told that it might have a Kierland feel. I don't know if it's going to be quite as large as Kierland, but there is a lot of space for it there off of Lone Mountain in the 303. The Fry's is right there, but what's nice is that 3.5 mile discovery trail does start right in that area. So it's going to connect all of Vistancia. It's going to be going into the new amazing park that they're putting in. And that 5 North area is supposed to be very nice, and it's really easily accessible to the 303. So again, you can hop on the 303 if you want to go to more shopping, yes. Which is the Four Corners area, which has everything you need. It has a Target, Lowe's, Home Depot, I think over 75 places to eat, whether it be fast food, kind of a quicker place like a Rubio's or a Panera. Yeah, and growing.
And growing.
I think they're getting a Chick-fil-A. No, I think the Chick-fil-A is just a down. Yeah, In and Out too. Yeah, all of that. So we're looking forward to all that. But there's already a ton there. So you have, that's about 15 or maybe 17-minute drive.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just go, it's just zip down Happy Valley. So it's not too far. It might seem like it is just because you're in the community, but there's so much to be grateful for being in a city, but you don't feel like it when you're up here in the community. So if you want to feel like you're out and you're getting your piece and slice of Arizona, this is the community for you.
Yeah.
Well, we hope that you enjoyed the video. Again, I'm Kelley Norton, and this is
Tammi Nixon, and we are in Northpointe, which is in Peoria, and it is the northwest area of Phoenix, really close to Lake Pleasant. So if you're an outdoor enthusiast, this is the place to be.
Absolutely. Guys, call or text. It's the best way to reach. Information is here. It's also in the description for the video. Take care.
Bye.